And so I ended up racing in these really cushy shoes that I typically hadn't trained in. And so I think that messed up my joints because 30 miles in, my knees on both sides started hurting in my hips, which has never happened. I've done 450s and 100K, and I've never had that issue at 30 miles. And so it just like went to crap. I think I was like into Twin Lakes, which was mile 38. I came in like 5th to 7th place or something. Like I was crushing it, but my body just, it gave out. We forgot to change my shoes, which they did not have enough traction for Hope Pass. So the majority of it before that is like relatively flat. And then you're just going up and down Hope Pass, turning around, coming back up. And my body just wasn't there. And I think I think stress just took a toll on me. And I went into the race with the mindset that I was going to crush it, not to like have fun necessarily. And so I think there's a lot just like about the mind on top of your training that can make or break a race.
I think I'm just guessing, but I would imagine that that's 90% of an ultra, right? Like is thinking.
Yeah. And
to keep your mind going because you're exhausted.
Yeah.
You're running 100 miles at elevation. You have uphills. There's so many variables, right?
Yeah. And when I went up and over Hope, I said hi to every single runner. And then on my way back up Hope, I sat there and there's llamas and like, cool, there's also a golden retriever. Like, I'm going to drop. I'm just going to stay here with this dog. And they're like, hey, you better start going down soon. It's going to get dark out. I'm like, shit, I'm like 5 hours behind all of a sudden. Like, I need to get down to get my headlamp because I didn't plan on taking this long. And so I had the plan. I was dropping back at Twin Lakes, which was mile 62. But then I saw my friends and my crew, and there were so many people there, and I was so thankful and so happy to see them. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to go hang out with Liz for 14 miles. Like, these people are here spending their weekend just chilling, waiting for me to show up. And so I powered through, and it got dark after that, like physically outside and mentally. Like, all I could focus is on my pain. And like, you're doing this race in this beautiful place with these beautiful mountains and forests, and it's dark out. So you're just tunnel vision on your pain. And so the last 40 miles of that, the last 60 miles of that race were just super painful. And I never thought, like, you're not supposed to take ibuprofen, but I should have taken one damn ibuprofen, would have been fine. Mm-hmm. But it would have been a game changer because why
aren't you supposed to take ibuprofen? Is it?
I think it messes with your kidneys because you're usually pretty dehydrated during an ultra, and so that's harder on your body if you're taking anything like that, any NSAIDs. And the last marathon took me 9.5 hours, so thank goodness to my pacers, Liz and Morgan, who just dealt with me like crying every 30 minutes. And like, someone gave me coffee towards the last 8 miles, and I just started crying. They just like were driving by and they saw me. I don't know if they knew who I was or I just didn't recognize them. I don't know, but they stopped and they're like, we just brewed this. There's cream in it. And they just gave me the coffee and they're like, you need this, because the sun was coming out and I wasn't planning to still be running the next day. And it's amazing. People just show up for you doing these crazy challenges. And I was like 15 seconds before the golden hour, and there's a video of me crossing the finish line. I like tried to hop, but I like could barely walk. And I had like 20-minute miles on the flats.
So you finished the race though. Like how is that a loss?
It was a sufferfest. I think it's just like, it is a victory, and I'm still coping with this. Like, that was in August and it's almost February, and I'm still trying to change my mindset. You know, like, a lot of people would just drop so that it doesn't affect their ultra sign-up score. And
oh, really?
I'm like, no, all these people are here for me. Like, they're supporting me. Like, I need to just finish this damn race, even though I kept trying to drop. I'm like, I don't want to buckle at mile 98. Like, you could see the finish line. I'm like, I don't need to finish. But they were there pushing me and helping me get through. So I might go back one day.
That's super rad. Yeah. Do you plan on going back this summer? Or
no.
Isn't it an invite?
You either have to get in through the lottery or win a golden coin in one of the other races, like the Silver Rush 50 miler, which is how I got in.
Oh, okay.
So,
which you placed really high in, right?
I got second.
Yeah, that's incredible.
And I didn't even think I was going to finish because I was coming back from injury. So
wow,
I was pretty pumped.
That's super rad. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so the death race, going back to this, because I want to, you got to pull up some video of this, Gabby, because I got to see what some of this is about. But, so the death race is the next one on the books. When is this?